Hello and welcome to the Share It with Ishani podcast, where I share stories of people from around the world to educate, empower, and inspire you all. And I'm Ishani Gupta, radio anchor and a public speaking coach. Here's a reminder, don't forget to subscribe to my channel because I bring you one episode every Saturday of my podcast. And besides, my channel also shares public speaking tips. If you are thinking of quitting on life today, and if you feel that your life is really too hard, it is not so fair, then please hold on because today's episode is completely going to change that perception for you today. Because today, on this episode, I have a really amazing guest on my show, on my podcast. He is from Florida, USA. He is an accomplished, nationally and internationally recognized motivational speaker. He is a podcaster. He is a current middle school assistant teacher, disability advocate, a graduate from University of Central Florida. He is a former cycling, baseball, and football athlete with a condition, cerebral palsy. And he is David Figueroa. So please let us welcome David. Hi, David. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. Thank you for having me on the show. I'm truly honored and blessed to be here, and hopefully I can share my story of struggles to success. So I'm definitely looking forward to it.
Definitely, David. You are a true inspiration, a true inspiration. And I'm so honored, so glad you are there on my show today so that you can share your story and inspire so many other lives today. So, David, it is one thing to be good at something, one thing, but you are an all rounder. You are into so many different things. I had to read your credentials because you are into so many things, and I really did not want to get those wrong. So please tell me, how did you start and where did you get all the confidence to start with so many things?
I purely started in the sports for just to kind of keep stay in shape, to kind of minimize the limitations of my disability and I guess the deterioration of the disability itself. So by getting into sports, it helped me with that. And then over time, I started developing a love for the sports and the passion. And so I first got into baseball, and then I got into cycling. And then from cycling, I went on to football, and then I did all three sports throughout my youth. And that's helped me keep the disability at bay, because I don't know if you all know, but with CP over time, as the years progress, it gets slightly worse. So by exercising and by moving, it helps limit that and it helps increase your longevity to be able to move and be able to function as well as you can to perform at an optimal level throughout your daily life.
Okay, thanks a lot for sharing that because usually we associate this condition, cerebral palsy, with restriction in movement, and oftentimes we feel that okay, anybody suffering from this maybe not might not be able to go into sports or might not even imagine doing so, but you are such a great inspiration for those. And this is amazing that you are advocating fitness so that other people also come up and get into shape and reduce the risk of this condition.
And the funny thing is about this disability is a lot of people assume it's a developmental disability. So when I'm out in public in society and a lot of people tend to meet me, they automatically think, oh, something's wrong with his mind and he's developmentally delayed, and they kind of talk to me differently. But when I speak to them in a way that I'm speaking to you now, it surprises them because they don't expect me to be really smart and doing all these things. And, they're kind of surprised. They're kind of taken aback by it.
Yes, absolutely. You have pointed out a really great thing. It is something really important for everyone to know. Even I personally believe that uh, there are people out there, uh, maybe not CP, but maybe they are suffering from any other condition. Maybe they are visually impaired. Maybe they have some speech disorder, maybe something else. But they really don't expect others to treat them differently because of their condition. They really don't need anybody's sympathy. They really don't expect. What I believe is they really want to feel equal, like just like me, like just like you, just like any other person, right? Am I right?
Exactly. One of the key things about being an advocate that I've always been is I believe in not just advocacy but inclusion. We want to make our goal as advocates is to promote inclusiveness and then to kind of bring together all kinds of not just all kinds of disabilities, but everybody in general together, and to help them understand that I myself I'm not just a label that was given to me in society. For the first 25 years of my life, I always assumed that people always saw me because of my cerebral palsy and not for what I've accomplished. Now, when I was 25 years old, I had, at the time, I crossed the stage to get my bachelor's degree in sociology. And then my stepmom helped me realize, the cane and the disability itself will always be a part of you. And if people have a problem with it, then that's they have to deal with it themselves. That's something that's internal. That's something that is really learned at home, and you have to kind of you yourself guide yourself out of that stigma and that judgment, and think to yourself, hey, this is you. Take advantage of this disability and use it to better the world, to inspire people, to motivate people. And and then since then I realized, you know what, see, the label cerebral palsy isn't me, but the label but a teacher, an athlete, an advocate, just an all-around human being. That's who I am. So I want people to know that.
Absolutely. You are defined by who you are, nothing else. And that is something we all should keep in mind, that nothing else matters, what we can do, what we are capable of doing, that is what defines us. Nothing else matters. So, yes, that is a very important point, a really great point that you have made. And yeah, you mentioned that you are a teacher. So, what do you teach? Whom do you teach?
I teach middle school, 6th, 7th, and 8th grade reading and language arts, and sometimes I'll work with students that are ESOL, so English isn't their first language, but I work with a majority of them are Hispanic students, so students that come in the from countries of like South America, and they come into like Florida or anywhere else. I teach them. I help them with their English, get their English better, so that when they go from grade to grade, they can start speaking it better, and they're able to function in society normally when they're here in the
Wow,
U.S.
great. So, you are into sports activities and then you are teaching people, teaching students. That is simply so, so, so awesome. And yeah, I would like you to share about your podcast. You also have a podcast, right? So, what is it about?
Yes, I do. I talk about my journey with cerebral palsy as I'm doing here today, and I also talk about my fitness ventures, and I also allow guests on my show to share their own personal testimonies and stories, and give them a platform so that they can have a voice for everybody to hear, because sometimes I may have a platform to speak on and be able to share my journey, but others might not. So I give the opportunity for my podcast to be open-ended and open-minded and non-judgmental, so that you're able to share your own testimony without anyone judging you.
Yeah, that's really beautiful. Very beautiful. And I'm sure your podcast is touching so many lives out there, so many people out there, and inspiring so many other people around the world.
Yes,
And
it is, and it's incredible.
great, great. So finally, I want to know, what is your message to the people out there who are like so negative in their lives, or they want to quit today? Maybe they have a lot of struggles. Like each one of us has our own personal struggle, we have our challenges, right? So there are stages when we just want to quit life, we just want to give up on life. So what would you like to tell those people? What is your message to such people?
Um, don't give up. Success doesn't happen overnight. You have to remember that with every struggle, there's a light at the end of the tunnel. You just have to keep pushing forward and rely, and also hold on to those that believe in you, whether it's a family member, a teacher, a mentor, a friend, anybody out there that encourages you. Hold on to them, because they're there for your ride, whether you're at your lowest or at your highest. Those are the ones that truly believe in you. But at the end of the day, you have to believe in yourself, and you have to tell yourself you can do it. And when you do that, you can achieve your goals. And it all starts with the belief in your mind and in your heart. And if you do that, you're capable of achieving anything you put your mind to.
So many beautiful words from you. This is truly, truly very inspiring. And David, please let us know about your future projects, what you have what you have been planning. Yeah.
Well, my main goal within the next 2 to 3 years is to do the podcast full time, because I believe that educating others goes beyond the classroom. So I feel like you can definitely reach out more if you're outside of the classroom teaching than when you are. Also, I'd like to do. I mean, this is a long shot, but I like to do a TED Talk. That's one of my actual like dream goals that I'm chasing right now. Hopefully it'll happen one day. I know
Definitely.
I know it won't happen overnight, but that's one of my major goals that I would like to accomplish.
Mhm. I'm sure we are going to see you at TED Talks, and we'll be sharing your videos, watching your videos, and you're going to touch so many other lives. So all the best to you, David, and I'm so, so pleased and glad that you were able to join me and my viewers. It is so great to have you and share your story on this platform, because I'm sure whatever you have shared today is going to inspire and touch so many other lives, whoever has watched you today.
It's been a pleasure, and I've had so much fun today. I really appreciate you having me on, and I hope everybody out there can get motivated and inspired to pursue their own goals and their own dreams, and to remember that regardless of whether you have a disability or not, like myself, don't also you have to remember that I may struggle with a disability and may do this, and there's people out there that don't have a disability, and they I guess they complain, and they're not thankful for what they have. And I am, and you have to remember that if I can be a teacher, an advocate, an athlete, so can you. And I've always believed in this motto is, if I can do it, so can you. So I remember that if somebody tells you you can't do it, and they complain about every little thing in life, let them know, hey, if I'm doing this now myself, you can do it too.
Absolutely. this is the mantra that David has been living off for so many years, and I really want you to follow this. You just get this into your heads that if he can, then anybody can. Nothing is impossible. Nothing really is. So, really, a great message from you, David. Thanks a lot again. Let me tell my viewers that if you want to get in touch with David and if you want to learn more about him and you want to get hold of his podcast, definitely check the description box for the link which is there. You can click that link and reach out to him. Yes. So, that's all for today. Signing off from Share It with Ishani. So, bye bye. See you next time.